Bad about doing that. Oh, he's beautiful.
He's hungry?
They bond to one person in the family and try to kill everybody else. So she would like lay on top of the refrigerator and wait for him to come into the room and launch onto his head. And she wouldn't allow him into the bedroom. He was not allowed in the bed. I mean, it was just awful. And so he decided he wanted one that would like him, and he started calling around. And this guy said that he had some kittens that he would sell, but we had to come up there in person. And it was in Minnesota. And when we got there, yeah, you can see how far this goes. Circus to feed the cats. And when he died, the wife couldn't afford to feed the cats, so she started killing all the hoof stock and feeding them to the cats because she liked the cats better than the gazelles and the zebras. And when she ran out of hoof stock, her volunteers started asking her to try and find homes. And it's hard, you know, because and if you do a neuter job on a male, they lose all of their mane. It's a hormone-related thing. And so we kept them separated until he was strong enough to do a vasectomy, and then put them back together. And then a friend of ours who has cats up north had done the same thing, and a year later she still had kittens even though she had had a vasectomy on a male. So we separated them again, and we went ahead and spayed her to make sure absolutely that no kittens were going to. These guys are native to the rainforest, and their coats are so dense that when the rain falls on them, it just kind of like beads up and falls off of them. They spend so much time. It's your dog. Because they like to be able to rip something up, and they often get probably already eaten big chunks of food that they can rip apart as well. This is our only Florida panther. She's here from Indiana. This was another interesting thing that we had happen with our animal communicators. I mentioned that we don't spay a cat unless we absolutely have to, and that's because for 10 days they have to have these metal staples put in, and the cats just will not leave those alone. And there's just known bobcats out here. We have volunteers who say their entire reason for coming to volunteer here was because they fell in love with her. She's had poetry written about her. She's had calendars done, greeting cards done on her. People just meet her and absolutely adore her. And to think that she would have been a fur coat. Cats, if you have somebody with you. And the next level up is yellow, which is cautionary. You can start doing things like you can do a tour. You can be with little cats by yourself, and you have to be in that shirt for I think 18 months. And then you finally go up to green, which is you can work with any of the cats. And she just. The big cat is Shere Khan, and the little one is China Doll. And she's actually a month older than he is. She's just got more Siberian in him than she does. When we neutered him, we figured that he weighed about 750 pounds. Our scales only go up to 500 pounds. But he started waking up about 5 minutes into it, and so it was the fastest neuter job in history, and we don't know how much he weighs, so we didn't have any more drugs. So. We can't live for a full year in the winter months, so the high shot is the bobcat. That's why we usually see them born on the other side of the road to get them over there while they're eating. Anybody want to guess why they're... All of the tiger's stripes are very unique. They're just like our fingerprints. So when people take photographs of the cats here, a lot of times you'll see them in books and calendars, and we can always pick our cats out based on their patterns. Oh, that's kind of interesting. There are people here. People love.
See all one out here.
And she has 14 of them, and they're extinct in the wild. But the King of Morocco found 6 of them in an Ethiopian zoo, and they were very inbred. And so he sent a group called Wildlife to the U.S. to look at 327 cats that had traits of the Barbary lion. One of the traits, the most notable trait on the males, is that they have these huge manes, and it goes all the way back to their back legs, and it's very dark. He has one trait of the Barbary lion. He would not be at all considered in the program. They lost both of them to cancer, and most of the cats that are in the graveyard we've lost to cancer. And I've asked my vet about this over the years, why is this so prevalent in cats? And she says it's because they require an all-meat diet, and it's so full of hormones and antibiotics that the cats just die earlier.